Good morning, everyone. I am Engineer Suman Lata, Assistant Professor, Computer Science and Engineering Department, Maharaja Agrasen University. Today, I am going to discuss the topic Overview of Computer Network. In Overview of Computer Network, first of all, I will discuss computer network, components of computer network, uses of computer network, features of computer network architecture, computer network types. So let's start. What is computer network? Computer network is a group of computers connected with each other through wires, optical fibers, or optical links so that various devices can interact with each other through a network. The aim of the computer network is the sharing of resources among various devices. In the case of computer network technology, there are several types of networks that vary from simple to complex level. Next is components of computer network. As the figure is shown here, components of computer network, there are various components which are used in computer network, but I am discussing some major components given network interface card, hub, cables and connectors, switches, router, modem. The major components of computer network, first is network interface card. Network interface card is a device that helps the computer to communicate with another device. The network interface card contains the hardware addresses. The data link layer protocol uses this address to identify the system on the network so that it can transfer the data to the correct destination. There are two types of network interface cards: wireless network interface card and wired network interface card. First is wireless network interface card. All the modern laptops use the wireless network interface card. In wireless network interface card, a connection is made using the antenna, and that antenna employs the technology of radio wave in order to transmit or receive signals. Second is wired network interface card. In wired network interface card, cables use the wired network interface card to transfer the data over the medium. Next component is hub. Hub is a central device that splits the network connection into multiple devices. When computer requests for information from a computer, it sends the request to the hub. Hub distributes this request to all the interconnected computers. Basically, hub receives request from a computer and then it broadcasts the request to all the computers within the network so that request of the computer requesting can be served, but it broadcasts the request to all the interconnected computers. Next is switches. Switch is a networking device that group all the devices over the network to transfer the data to another device. Switch is better than hub, as well as we can say switch is an intelligent device, which is an intelligent device because it does not broadcast the message over the network. However, it sends the message to the device for which it belongs to. Therefore, we can say that switch sends the message directly from source to the destination. Next is cables and connectors. Cable is a transmission media that transmits the communication signals. There are three types of cables. First is twisted pair cable, second coaxial cable, and third one is fiber optic cable. Twisted pair cable. It is a high-speed cable that transmits the data over 1 Gbps or more. Coaxial cable. Coaxial cable resembles like the TV installation cable. Coaxial cable is more expensive than twisted pair cable, but it provides the high data transmission speed. Fiber optic cable. Fiber optic cable is a high-speed cable that transmits the data using light beams. It provides high data transmission speed as compared to other cables. It is more expensive as compared to other cables. So, it is installed at the government level. Next component is router. Router is a device that connects the LAN to the internet. The router is mainly used to connect the distinct network or connect the internet to multiple computers. Next device is modem. Modem connects the computer to the internet over the existing telephone line. A modem is not integrated with the computer motherboard. A modem is a separate part on the PC slot found on the motherboard. Next, I am going to discuss uses of computer network. Computer uses are resource sharing, server client model, communication medium, e-commerce. So first is resource sharing. Resource sharing is the sharing of resources such as programs, printers, and data among the users on the network without the requirement of physical location of the resource and user. Second use is server client model. Computer networking is used in the server client model. A server is a central computer used to store the information and maintained by the system administrator. Clients are the machines used to access the information stored in the server remotely. However, the backup is stored in the centralized server in server client model. Next is communication system or communication medium. Computer network behaves as a communication medium among the users. For example, if a company contains more than one computer, has an email system which the employee use for daily communication. Next use is e-commerce. Computer network is also important in businesses. We can do the business over the internet. For example, Amazon.com, Snapdeal, Flipkart, all the companies doing their business over the internet. They are doing their business over the internet, and internet made the business or e-business more popular. Next, we are going to discuss the feature of computer network. Features of computer network as shown in the figure: communication speed, file sharing, backup and rollback, hardware and software sharing, security, scalability, reliability. So these are the features of computer network. Communication speed, file sharing, backup and rollback is easy. Software and hardware sharing, security, scalability, reliability. First is communication speed. Network provides us to communicate over the network in a fast and efficient manner. For example, we can do video conferencing, email messaging, etc. over the internet. Therefore, the computer network is a great way to share our knowledge and ideas. Next is file sharing. File sharing is one of the major advantage of computer network. Computer network provide us to share the files with each other. Next feature is backup and rollback is easy. Since the files are stored in the main server, which is centrally located, therefore it is easy to take the backup from the main server. Next feature is software and hardware sharing. We can install the applications on the main server. Therefore, the user can access the applications centrally. So, we do not need to install the software on every machine. Similarly, hardware can also be shared. Security. Network allow the security by ensuring that the user has the right to access the certain files and applications. Next feature is scalability. Scalability is the feature of the computer network. Scalability must be scalable so that we can extend the network by adding new devices, but it decreases the speed of the connection and data of the data transmission speed also decreases. This increases the chances of error occurring. This problem can be overcome by using the routing or switching devices. Next feature is reliability. Computer network can use the alternative source for the data communication in case of any hardware failure. Next topic which I'm going to discuss here is computer network architecture. Computer network architecture is defined as the physical and logical design of the software, hardware, protocols, and media of the transmission of data. Simply, we can say that how computers are organized and how tasks are allocated to the computers. As the shown in figure, types of computer network, peer-to-peer network and client-server network. So, architecture is, there are two type of network architecture, which are peer-to-peer network and client-server network. In peer-to-peer network, as the shown in figure, computers are connected end to end. One computer is connected to another, another is connected to another, and so on. Peer-to-peer network is a network in which all the computers are linked together with equal privilege and responsibility for processing the data. Peer-to-peer network is useful for small environments, usually up to 10 computers. Peer-to-peer network has no dedicated server. Special permissions are assigned to each computer for sharing the resources, but this can lead to a problem if the computer with the resources down. And the advantages of peer-to-peer network, it is less costly as it does not contain any dedicated server because the server is the more costly system setup. So as peer-to-peer network, every system is a client or have no powerful server. So peer-to-peer network is less costly. Second is if one computer stops working, but the other computer will not stop working. It is easy to set up and maintain as each computer manages itself. There are some disadvantages of peer-to-peer network. In the case of peer-to-peer network, it does not contain the centralized system. Therefore, it cannot back up the data as the data is different in different locations. Second is it has a security issue as the device is managed itself. Next architecture of computer network is client-server network. Client-server network is a network model designed for the end users called clients to access the resources such as songs, videos, etc. from a central computer known as server. The central controller is known as a server, while all the other computers in the network are called clients. Server computer is a powerful computer with different configuration other than clients because server performs all the major operations such as security and network management. And server is also used for backup purpose. A server is responsible for managing all the resources such as files, directories, printers, etc. All the clients communicate with each other through a server. For example, if client 1 wants to send some data to client 2, then it first sends the request to the server for the permission. The server sends the response to the client 1 to initiate its communication with the client 2. Some advantages of client-server network is, or client-server architecture is, a client-server network contains the centralized system, therefore we can back up the data easily. A client-server network has a dedicated server that improves the overall performance of the whole system. Security is better in client-server network as a single server administers the shared resources. It also increases the speed of the sharing resources. But there are some disadvantages of client-server network here shown in this slide. Client-server network is expensive as it requires the server with large memory. A server has a network operating system. In short, it is known as NOS to provide the resources to the clients. But the cost of the NOS is very high. It requires a dedicated network administrator to manage all the resources. There are some types of computer network. Computer network can be categorized depending upon different criteria, but here I am categorizing the computer on the basis of their size. As we know, a computer network is a group of computers linked to each other that enables the computer to communicate with another computer and share their resources, data, and applications. A computer network can be categorized by their size. A computer network is mainly of four types. First, as shown in figure LAN, then MAN, WAN, and PAN. These are types of computer network. The first is LAN, local area network. Second is personal area network, PAN. Third is metropolitan area network, MAN. And last one is wide area network, known as WAN. Here is the categorization of the different computer network types on the basis of some parameters. In PAN, the small area up to 10 meter of radius can be covered for the computer communication. However, in case of LAN, a few meters to a few kilometers, up to 10-kilometer radius can be covered. In PAN, remember, it was 10-meter radius, but in LAN, up to 10-kilometer radius can be covered. And in MAN, that is Metropolitan Area Network, a city and its vicinity up to 100-kilometer of radius can be covered. In WAN, that is Wide Area Network, entire country, continent or globe can be covered, but there is no upper limit in WAN. This is the first parameter. And the second parameter is error rates. In PAN, there are lowest errors. In LAN also there are lowest errors because the area cover is small. So chances of error occurring is lowest. But in MAN, error can be moderate. But because WAN is a global wise network, entire country or continents are connected in WAN. So here chances of error is highest. So error rates are highest. Next is transmission speed. PAN is of smaller area network, personal area network, and it is of very high transmission speed. LAN is also very high in transmission speed because it is again covers some small area, but MAN is of moderate speed. As in WAN, area increases, so speed is low as compared to PAN, LAN, and MAN. Next criteria is networking cost. Networking cost. PAN is a smaller area network. Here, cost of the network establishment is very negligible or small. LAN is inexpensive. It can be accommodated in less expensive. MAN moderately expensive equipment are required for implementing MAN. However, WAN is an expensive fare because it covers a larger and larger area. This is all about the types of computer network. So in today's lecture, we have covered introduction to the computer network, various components used in computer network, uses of computer network, features of computer network, client server and peer-to-peer network architectures and their advantages and disadvantages. And last one was types of computer network. Categorization was on the basis of size. All about one PAN, LAN, MAN, and WAN. So this was the computer network lecture. Thanks.